Hi, I'm Kahler. Thanks for joining me today. My question for you today is this. Is there a way that parents can give children money without ruining their lives? Now that could seem like a very strange question. Most of us would assume that the effect of receiving a lot of money would be just the opposite, that a pile of cash would solve a bucket load of problems, not create them. Yet the issue really isn't that simple. There are a lot of misconceptions and misinformation about inheriting money. The first, receiving a lot of money can certainly ruin a life. Studies have shown that 43% of people who come into a large sum of money, and that's whether it's by inheritance or lottery or some other windfall, that they've spent it all within 5 years. 60% of inherited wealth is completely blown by the heirs. And on the average, 90% of an inheritance is gone by the time the grandchildren die. Stories abound of those whose lives were literally ruined by inheriting money. Now, of course, not every child is going to squander an inheritance. The 40% who don't mishandle their inheritances is a substantial minority. I would guess a good number of those kids inherently understand the value of a dollar and have a healthy relationship with money. How to give away money and possessions you've accumulated over a lifetime in ways that will help and enrich the lives of the recipients is an issue that many parents need to consider. This is true even for those who don't consider themselves to be wealthy. This is important. Life insurance, accumulated retirement benefits, and assets such as a small business or a paid-for home can add up to a larger amount than one might think. If parents don't want their children's inheritances to cause problems for them, what are they going to do? Leave everything to charity? Well, that's exactly what Warren Buffett is doing. The second richest man in the world is leaving little of his billions to his children. This, based on my experience, as well as an ABC report that was aired last year by John Stossels, is not common. It's not unusual. Less than half of people with money that want to leave it, of course you're going to leave it, you're not going to take it with you, less than half of them bequest anything to charity. The majority of inheritances go to family members, so parents who want to make sure those inheritances will be used well have 4 choices. First, they can have a will. Now, this might seem pretty obvious to you, especially for the wealthy, that you need to have a will, but it would shock you to know that in my 30-plus years in finance, how many millionaires I've encountered who've had no wills. If you want to control the disbursement of your estate, you've got to have a will. Otherwise, your state law and a judge is going to decide who's going to get what. Second, begin today to educate yourself about how money works. It's going to be difficult to give away money in a helpful, healthy way if you don't understand the basics of investing, money psychology, and the creative estate planning options that are available to you. Third, evaluate your children's money skills. The older they are and the more responsible they've been in adulthood, the greater the chance that they will use an inheritance wisely. All children are not created equal in this particular regard. You may do as one of my clients did, which is to leave money outright to the more responsible children while putting funds in trust for those that don't handle money especially well. And finally, explore and improve your own relationship with money. Now, my experience is that most people have a difficult relationship with money, whether they have a little or a lot. Your financial beliefs and choices are what your children learn from. The money behavior that you model for them is one of the most important ways you can help ensure that what they inherit from you will be a blessing rather than a curse. Thanks for joining me.